So I wanted to take a few minutes with this video to go over two major PlayStation 5 stories, one focused on the secret, unofficially announced yet Uncharted PlayStation 5 studio possibly shutting down internally, but that's not the whole picture and we'll dive into that in a sec. Beyond that, we're also going to talk about PlayStation VR 2 and the crazy DualSense-like technology possibly coming to the headset that makes me wish it was out right now. First, let me know, would you buy PlayStation VR 2 if it was $250? This is the only price rumor we've really had for the platform, and when I first heard that number, I was shocked considering how much the original PlayStation VR headset costs. But from my understanding, for PlayStation VR 2, the PS5 is built with it in mind, and this time around there's less external pieces, so that could make the headset overall cheaper. So comment below, would you buy PlayStation VR 2 for $250 or not? Let me know down in the comments below. Now, diving into the first story of the video, PlayStation VR 2's latest news. As I've said many times before, I am very much excited for PlayStation VR 2, probably more so than I was for the PlayStation 5. I say this as someone who's played many PlayStation VR games at this point, many virtual reality games at this point, and it really feels like the next evolution of gaming. The only thing holding back the platform from skyrocketing is the adoption rate. The price of PlayStation VR isn't cheap for most, but in terms of comparison with other VR headsets, PlayStation VR is actually one of the cheapest headsets out there. Besides price, virtual reality in general requires more effort to get going than just picking up the controller to play, but from what we know up to this point about PlayStation VR 2, it's seemingly set to fix all of this. PlayStation VR 2 will supposedly be wireless, removing some of the effort to start playing. It will remove external boxes like PSVR currently has, and it will be priced at $250 according to rumors to increase that initial adoption rate again from the start. The latest on PlayStation VR 2 is that the headset will also bring with it haptic feedback support, and if it's anything like the DualSense controller, immersion levels will definitely increase with PlayStation VR 2, more so than I already expect them to. Reading from PlayStation Universe, a new patent unearthed by Let's Go Digital has seemingly confirmed that PlayStation VR 2, the successor to Sony's current virtual reality gaming headset, will feature haptic feedback. This would make sense seeing as how the feature is also present in the DualSense controller. Here's a description of the patent in question. A sensor generates signals representing whether a computer game headset is being worn properly so that the wearer may be advised. The sensor may be a pressure sensor or motion sensor or stretch sensor on the headset, or it may be a camera that images the wearer and uses image recognition to determine if the headset is on correctly. Additionally, one or more light-emitting diodes LED and one or more haptic feedback generators may be mounted on the headset for purposes to be shortly disclosed. I also want to add to this that the original patent, according to Let's Go Digital, reveals that this new headset can work with PlayStation 5 or PC. On the patent, it doesn't say PS5, apparently it just says PlayStation consoles, but I'm assuming this is referring to PlayStation 5. The PC part is surprising, but also probably smart of Sony to increase that adoption rate of PlayStation VR 2. It really seems like Sony is trying to take on Oculus Quest, which makes me wonder if PlayStation VR 2 can operate without a PlayStation 5 or PC if that becomes a thing, but at much lower resolutions. And when connected to a PlayStation 5 or PC, you get that full graphical fidelity and performance that you can get out of these desktop or at-home console machines. I guess we'll see in time. But getting back to the haptics on PlayStation VR 2, first thing that comes to mind is headshot impacts. Am I going to feel hits to my head with this thing? Because we've seen in the PC marketplace that there are full suit haptic feedback support products out there, and people have given some positive reviews for those, that they really feel the impacts when they hit their body. So with something like haptics on a headset, am I going to feel I don't know, something hitting my head, somebody shooting me with a nice clear headshot. But what about the rest of the body? Regardless, having haptics on the headset should definitely increase immersion levels than I already expect them to be with PlayStation VR 2. Now, before we dive into the second story of the video, if you guys have enjoyed the video so far, I would really appreciate it if you could hit that like button. It really helps a lot. Now, diving into the second story of the video, the secret Uncharted PlayStation 5 studio is supposedly getting shut down. So, just to give a bit of a background to the studio, it hasn't been officially announced yet outside of job applications. It's a team being built in partnership with Sony's Visual Arts Service Group, who are an award-winning full production studio that specializes in animation, motion capture, cinematics, art, and scanning. They've worked with multiple Sony first-party studios like Naughty Dog on Last of Us, Sony Santa Monica on God of War, and many more out of Sony's first-party roster, of course. The reason people believe this studio is working on the next Uncharted game is mainly because of two reasons. One, as the team was getting built, they mentioned that this upcoming project they're making, this new team for, is a third-person action-adventure game, which really could be any major Sony first-party game at this point. They're all really classified as third-person action-adventure. But the second point is they've been hiring multiple people from Naughty Dog and pulling them over to this team. That's why really people believe this studio is possibly taking the helms for the Uncharted franchise, because Naughty Dog is probably going to focus on the next Last of Us or a new IP. This new studio/team was built out of San Diego, which confused a lot of people who thought this studio was actually the Sony San Diego studio, but those guys are focused on the MLB The Show series, so that's not them. This studio, again, has not been officially announced by Sony outside of job applications. But the latest regarding what's going on with the studio is that it could be shut down, but that's not the whole story. Reading from Game Rant, since early 2018, there have been claims that Sony Interactive Entertainment had formed a secret secondary studio at its California-based branch. While San Diego studio is best known for sports games like the MLB The Show series, job listings have suggested that the secondary team was established to collaborate with one of Sony's major first-party studios. It's never been said what this project could be, but it's been widely believed that the studio in question that they're working with is Naughty Dog, and the project is a new Uncharted game, since a number of Sony San Diego's hires in the last couple of years have included people who worked on that series. However, it looks like that might no longer be the case. It came to light this week that multiple high-profile developers have recently departed from San Diego studio, including senior game designers Quentin Cobb and John Batista. So people leaving the studio and John Batista tweeting a last day notice, which we'll get into in a sec, really pushed the belief that the studio might actually be shut down. So John stated the following on Twitter in terms of his last day notice: "Last day at Sony San Diego, it was a crazy ride and an amazing company, but things just didn't work out this time. That being said, I'm proud of what we were able to achieve given the craziness we went through. More news coming soon. Bonus, I get to work on my YouTube series again." Based off this, you would assume that this project was over, but John added the following later on as a follow-up to his original tweet: "Just to clarify, I made the decision to move on due to my own personal circumstances. As far as I know, the studio is still there and the project is still ongoing." So hopefully this will calm some people down, and that this studio is still working on whatever project they have going there, which could be Uncharted again. Some people do believe that this game is Uncharted and it's a tie-in into the new Uncharted movie. I thought I'd throw that in this last bit here, but I'm not sure how fans of the franchise would take that, including myself. I'll have to see how I feel about the movie, and if the game is similar to the movie, I wonder how that will play out, but we'll see in time. But you guys let me know if you would buy an Uncharted game based on the new Uncharted movie with Tom Holland or not. Let me know down in the comments below. And if you guys did enjoy this video, please hit that like button, as it always helps, and subscribe if you're new. I got new videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and now I'll check you guys out on the next one. And welcome back to the after show. This is the part of the video where we have a little fun down in the comments below. If you're old, welcome back. If you're new, welcome. For today's thing, what I want you guys to do is to body, obliterate, destroy, and overall harass the comment section with "We're in Uncharted waters." I know that's a bit corny, but Uncharted, the game, we don't know anything about the studio and what they're working on. Uncharted waters, you get it, the connection. But if you're excited for the hopeful next Uncharted game, destroy the comment section with "We're in Uncharted waters," and I'll definitely heart those comments like I always do, because I appreciate everybody who stays to the end of my videos. And now I'll check you guys out on the next one.